2, 3.
How do you like it, huh? How did it feel? Well, it felt like a needle in the arm. Nothing special, it was just a little pinch, but hey, I finally got my first Moderna vaccine. Of course, it was part of school as I'm in direct contact with patients, so on the front lines, and this was at a hospital, so all of the employees are coming through and getting all their vaccines, and it's probably a line of good 10 or 12 people. You get in, and there's another 50 or so people sort of either that got their vaccine or are waiting to get their vaccine, and then all of the employees that are administering the vaccinations. And honestly, it was like a well-oiled machine. Everything was moving, and it appeared that as if you could choose the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine where we are. Now, not everyone is going to have that opportunity, of course, but I just have to say how well it was done, and it was really a good job. So what I wanted to do is share my experience of the vaccination sort of process and how I'm feeling or any reactions and things. After a vaccine, you can get sort of an immune response where you get a fever or you don't feel so good or called malaise. And that can happen. But that doesn't mean that you're an infection. It means that your immune system is doing what it should, and it's taking this information that was put in my arm, it's processing it to create the necessary immune response. So what happened is after I got the shot, of course, I had to wait 15 minutes, and they just monitor you to make sure you're not having what's called an anaphylaxis reaction, or so an allergic reaction to the shot, which is a pretty small chance based on the statistics that we've seen and the research from this vaccine. I'm excited. And, it's funny, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Just so happens that there's a train in the tunnel, too. There is a lot that needs to go on to distribute the vaccines and overcome some public hesitancy and, anti-vax sort of movements and things like that. And I totally get it, because there certainly is reason to think that way, because there was this, we're speeding through these clinical trials, and where people think that corners were cut where they weren't. And we've done, what I've seen in the research is that they've done a great job. And so hopefully by sharing my experience with what's going on, it gives you a little perspective on the vaccine, and hopefully you consider getting it. All right, it is currently the next day. Last night I had some really weird dreams, which has happened to me before, and it is likely a response of like a low-grade fever when you have some weird dreams like that. So, I love dreams, which I think they're absolutely fascinating, but I can't describe them on YouTube because they were that weird. But yeah, otherwise I feel fine. I had a little bit of TMI, had a little bit of diarrhea this morning, but I attribute that to the Chipotle I had yesterday, not the vaccine. Yeah. Dang it, Chipotle, get it right! And my arm is sore, but that's to be expected with an intramuscular injection. All right, now it's a full 24 hours after I got my first dose of the Moderna vaccine. How am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like my normal self. There's no real impact on my life or day-to-day activity. But what I am feeling is that my shoulder is sore. It does hurt. And I do have some swelling there too. If you look at this video, you can definitely see some swelling over that side of my shoulder and in my deltoid area, which, is fine. It's not like it's altering my life in any way or anything. I still worked out today and did everything that I normally do. The other thing I felt is just a little bit tired throughout the day. I just had a little less pep in my step. Nothing too crazy, and like I said, I could do everything. And the good thing too is that I didn't feel any feverish symptoms. So I said last night I had some weird dreams. And that is seen in the literature that you can have some what's called fever dreams, that it sort of triggers this area in your brain to have a dream response to a low-grade fever. I haven't taken my temperature. I don't know if I had a fever last night or what, so who knows. But I thought it'd be cool if we dive into Moderna's website and look at their phase 3 trials, see what the most common adverse effects are from this first dose, from the vaccine in general, and compare it to what's going on with me. So let's take a look. Here we are on the website for Moderna's phase 3 clinical trials. This is Moderna's website. Any information you're getting about vaccine or COVID information, make sure it's reputable. CDC, World Health Organization, straight from Moderna or straight from Pfizer, wherever you're going. I mean, you can go through these third parties if they're respectable and credible, but I mean, we are in the age of disinformation, so please make sure you're looking at a credible source. So let's scroll down, and I'm really interested in the safety analysis. Okay, here we have the adverse reactions. So 30,351 participants 18 years age or older, and these were the adverse reactions in those participants. So we see the number one is the pain at injection site. So yes, definitely for me, 92% had that. Okay. Fatigue, 70%. Yeah, I had that. I mean, again, it wasn't hugely impactful for my day, but I did feel a little less pep in my step. Headache? No, I didn't have a headache. Myalgia or muscle pain? No. Arthralgia, which is joint pain? No, I didn't have that. No chills, no nausea, vomiting. Axillary swelling and tenderness? No, that's in your armpit area. Almost 20% had that. That's interesting. No, I didn't have that. Fever? Yes and no. I may have had one last night, or I just could have had some, just weird dreams, just that was incidental. Don't know. So 15.5%. Without actually taking my temperature, I can't say that I had the fever. So swelling at the injection site, yes, I did have that. And I've after my flu shots or any other vaccines, I've never had that before. And again, it wasn't like a huge deal, but you can definitely feel it. And I think it is a little bit more tender than, say, a flu shot. But let's see, erythema or redness at the injection site. I don't have that. And then let's see. Oh, okay. So then the median duration, so the most common number of days of symptoms is 2 to 3 days. All right. So my arm, my shoulder should be fine in a couple of days. That's basically what I take from that. All right. So that's good. I'm seeing the safety of this, and I actually haven't seen this list or anything sort of in the news outlets or in the headlines. So that's good to know and good to see. There's a ton of information on this website, so if you want to look at more of it, they list the demographics of the clinical trial, which sort of races were included, ages, yeah, lots of stuff in here. So that looks pretty good. Okay, so this is just how I felt 24 hours after the vaccine, and friends and colleagues of mine have definitely reported different things. Some feel a little worse, some feel better, and so it'll all depend on you. You are, obviously, it's going to be different. But if you have had any friends or family who have gotten the vaccine, definitely ask them how they feel and just get a sense of what's going on with them. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one.